Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today is August 1st, 2019. It's almost 11 at night, the night before, but I'm still up super late, even though I have to wake up super early. So, what's happening is tomorrow morning, I'm going to be leaving for Chicago for the weekend to attend the Halo Outpost Discovery event, at least one day of that. It's basically just this big Halo event that's currently touring the United States, and they're Chicago, and they're doing the event in Chicago for this weekend, and I'm going to be attending one day of that. It's basically just this big Halo event that's for diehard fans, or if you're casual fans that basically want to get more in touch with the lore and interact with all kinds of themed stuff. So it sounded like a lot of fun. Plus, I love Chicago, and I haven't been on vacation or any kind of trip whatsoever since I graduated from high school in 2015. So, geez, a lot has happened since. So I kind of wanted to document this, kind of document my whole experience, not so much vlog it, because I'm not a huge fan of that, but I wanted to kind of document my trip to not only give a little bit more insight into, I guess, my personal life, if you will, but also because this is like my first real social outing or like big social excursion of sorts as myself. And now I'm a very socially awkward, introverted person, so outside of interacting with friends and family, I don't really interact with the outside world very often as much as I try to go out and do new things. So this trip is going to be my first real excursion doing something as myself. I'm still kind of playing up the ambiguity of my appearance. I still dress very androgynously to an extent, but after starting hormones, I feel I should probably go a little bit more to the extra mile to really be myself and not try to, I guess, shelter myself and try not to, hide, be disingenuous to myself, if you will. So I wanted to kind of document my experience with full unfiltered, just being my true genuine, just being my true full genuine self on this trip, at this event, around all all the people that I am going to encounter and interact with during, and just kind of just offer my personal, just offer my own personal experience with something like that. So yeah, but that's still, at the time, it's still like several hours away. So right now I am really wide awake, so I am going to kind of just pass a little bit of time, and then in the morning I have to get up. I'm intentionally waking up really early to get ready, make sure all my preparations and bags are packed and everything, and then I'm gonna head out into the city, and yeah. But if I have any like things or thoughts that I want to say, like not really. I guess I'm just mostly excited to be going on a trip. I'm excited to be going to this event. I'm, but I'm mostly nervous about just going to a major city, not just because I'm a socially awkward person with a lot of anxiety, but also to me kind of putting myself out there to that extent, talking and interacting with people, and just trying to be myself to the fullest extent of that I can, is going to be nerve wracking. But I feel it'll be good. It'll be positive. So, but yeah, right now I'm just gonna kind of sit back and pass a little bit of time just doing some stuff, and yep, that's my plan. All right, so it's past 11 now, and I have been pacing around the room for the last couple minutes talking aloud, and then I'm now just sitting back thinking, like, what can I actually do? That's like the thing that always happens, like the day before something the day before I do something interesting or exciting. It's like I have all this energy and I just don't know what to do. Like, should I try to go to sleep? Should I try to do something until I go to sleep? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. And now I'm really tempted to like try to kill a couple hours by finally starting the Phantom Pain on PS4. So earlier this week, I decided to buy the definitive edition because I didn't own it, because I don't own it. I originally bought the game when it came out back in 2015 on Xbox One, as well as, and played it that way. But since I can't be bothered to turn on my Xbox One anymore, I decided to buy a copy of the definitive experience that contains both the prologue and the main event, and decided to replay it because for some weird ass reason I've been thinking about the game again. So instead of finishing Red Dead Redemption 2, it's like, oh, I want to kind of start this game all over again. But because I've been so overwhelmed with classwork, which I only just got done with all of my classwork for this month a couple of hours ago, I was only able to play as far as the prologue, which for like those that don't know, MGS5 was set into two games: Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, which is basically a glorified demo and contains the prologue to the Phantom Pain, and then the year later they finally released the big main game, the Phantom Pain, and this definitive experience packages both of those onto one disc. And since I can't be bothered to turn my Xbox on any these days, I decided to just buy a copy of it on PlayStation 4, and I'm like deciding like, okay, do I start it now? Do I start the Phantom Pain now? Do I wait until later? Shit, I don't know what to do. Because I don't really want to bring my console on the trip, but I really do want to start this because as divisive of a title that it was for its ending and for a lot of the content in it, it's still one of my favorite games, and it's still one of my favorite Metal Gear games. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 3 is still my favorite in the franchise, but this is definitely still one of my favorite experiences, even if the story is not as strong as it should have been. And I kind of wanted to just replay the experience to see if my opinion still stood or if it had changed. I honestly have no freaking idea. So I'm now debating if I should fire it up and play it for the next 3 hours, because the opening, unfortunately, is like 3 hours worth of content. Is like 2-ish, 3-ish hours worth of content for things to really be interesting and for you to actually do anything. Or do I just sit here and watch dumb stuff on YouTube until I finally pass out? I honestly have no idea. The dilemmas of being an insomniac, socially awkward, introverted insomniac. Life is great, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I think maybe I'll just watch a movie or something. Shit, I don't know. Okay, so it is the morning of. It is a little past 9 a.m., so I'm going to be leaving in the next hour. I didn't sleep too well as expected, and I ended up missing my alarm. When it went off, I decided to just go back to sleep for another hour. But I still got up early enough, got myself cleaned up, got dressed, ate some food, and double-checked all my bags, and now I'm just passing the next few minutes before hopping in the car and driving on over to Chicago. So I guess cue the traveling B-roll, I guess. Yeah. So we made it to the hotel a little while ago. Sorry for the hasty everything. I'm just kind of in a rush. So we're currently staying in Schaumburg, which is just right outside of Chicago, the city. Tomorrow we're going to be going to a convention center also around the area. It's about 20-30 minutes away from here. But right now we got here safely. We're going to kick back for a little bit, but now we're going to head over to a Woodfield Mall. It's just a mile away from us. I hear it's a really cool place. I've always kind of wanted to go there. So now we're going to go head on over there and check it out. Yeah. What the fuck is that noise? Okay, so I am finally now back at the hotel, back from the mall after venturing around there for a couple of hours. Finally get to settle down for the evening and just kind of chill. Yeah, it was a lot of fun getting to go around there. A lot of cool a lot of familiar stores, a lot of places I've actually never seen before, and just getting to explore and see all that cool stuff was really, it was a lot of fun. I did a little bit of shopping. I spent a little bit of money. I didn't want to spend too much, so I got a couple of things that I actually needed, not so much wanted, and that was about it. I had no idea how much I'm going to be spending at the event tomorrow, so yeah, I'm just trying not to break the bank. But anyway, right now I'm just kind of standing on this balcony, just kind of sulking for a while, just kind of getting away, and then I'm gonna basically just dress down, chill, eat some food, do some stuff for the rest of the night, and then wake up for the event tomorrow. But yeah, it was fun. This place has definitely changed a lot in 6 years. The last time I was here was in 2013 for a college interview that just didn't work out. So coming back here was very sort of nostalgic, but seeing how much has changed. Like, Schaumburg is definitely a more happening spot than it was from what I remember. It probably doesn't help that, the times have changed, but also because, this is a very major area right outside of the city. So it's a very hustling, bustling, booming area, which I don't have a problem with. It's just different. Different's fine. So yeah, hopefully I get to see the city itself on Sunday and see how much that place has changed, but I won't know until I get a chance to go there. But it was fun just kind of going around, just kind of somewhat interacting with people. I mostly just minded my own business as usual, but I definitely felt a lot more optimistic and confident thanks to the hormones. But since I'm not undergoing any, major physical changes just yet, I'm still kind of sheltering myself, but I'm trying to be a little bit more upbeat and confident in how I kind of approach people and talk. But, one step at a time, doing things like this helps. So hopefully at the event I'll be a little bit more outgoing and a little bit more conversation savvy, I guess. I won't know until tomorrow, actually. But right now I just gotta chill. There's actually a nice walkway down there. I might actually go take a walk, or I might not. I really just kind of want to sit down and chill, because I already did so much walking, but the night is young, I guess. Other than that, that's just, I don't know, I already did so much today, and I'm, really tired, so I'm gonna go sit down and chill and do stuff, so, yeah. Okay, good morning. It is about a little bit past 8 right now. I still haven't gotten ready yet because I just been kind of getting myself ready for mentally getting myself ready for the past hour. So I did not sleep last night, on top of just not sleeping well in hotels in general. I also, the particular angle at which this room is at, the sunrise beams right in, and since I'm not fond of natural light, so it quickly woke me up and I was not able to go back to sleep, so I just said, screw it, I'm up. And then I've just been killing time ever since. I'm about to get dressed and get ready for because general admission opens at 10, so I want to be there at least 20-30 minutes prior, just in case. Other than that, I've just kind of been chilling, just sitting back, and yeah. So I'm gonna go get ready. I am gonna I'm gonna get all the stuff ready that I need to get ready, and then I'm basically gonna head out to the events and hopefully have a wonderful time checking that out. So yeah. Okay, so I am back at the hotel now. It's like almost 5 now, and it was a lot of fun. It was definitely what I expected it to be, and a couple of surprises here and there that I was like, that's surprising. So we got there around 10, and like from the get-go, it was just this whole like, wow, there's all this history of the lore and the series, and just like front and center, they just want to put you right in the center of all of the epic Halo stuff with all of these real life displays and history and facts about the history of the universe and everything, and it's like super cool. And then you branch out and you see all these different experiences and different things. They had a lot to do, but the downside is a lot of it was had long lines. Like, so a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the interactive stuff that they had available had long wait times, and as much as I would have liked to try those things, I opted not to. The only thing that I and my family stood in line for was the Other Ring experience, which was which is basically like a guided interactive tour of the Halo, talking about the Halo rings. And then they followed up by this final, like how planetariums have like those observatory, those presentations, those spherical like presentations. They had one of those, but for a Halo ring, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I mean, community-wise, it was interesting seeing Halo fans left and right. It was like almost packed to the brim with fans living and breathing Halo. With everywhere you saw was something Halo related, except for like some of like the vendors there. Like I was surprised that there were some outside vendors selling different kinds of stuff that weren't Halo related, but I didn't really pay that much attention to begin with. I got like a T-shirt and an exclusive poster, and then of course I have probably my best memento is my badge, which I'm gonna probably hang this up and cherish it for probably the rest of my life. The other stuff that I did was I also got in line to try the PC version of Halo Reach for the Master Chief Collection. Now, I'm not a PC gamer, so that's why I like wailingly stood in line for about a half hour, or not more. It was only like 15-20 minutes to try this because I've never played Halo on a PC before, and and I guess I wanted to give it a try. And it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a different experience, which I thought was really cool. And then I thought about standing in line because like they had like this whole dedicated space to try out the Master Chief Collection on PC, to play all these different things. They had all like open free-for-alls and tournaments for the different games in the Master Chief Collection, as well as Halo 5. But I thought like I already own an Xbox, I can play these games whatever, so I wanted to try like the most unique stuff. So playing Reach on PC was the gaming experience that I tried. I thought about doing a lot of the other interactive stuff, but the lines were so long and I did not have the patience to basically be queued up for an hour and a half, hour and a half for several minutes of something fun, if you will. The ring experience was a very unique experience, but that was worth it, but everything else was like, oh, you want to play Halo-themed laser tag? Oh, you want to do a Halo-themed escape room? Do you want to do a flight simulator? Do you want to play in VR? Like, those sound cool, but not my cup of tea, but I probably would have been willing to try if it wasn't packed to the brim. They were also doing live streams front and center. They were live streaming like a Mixer thing that's like Xbox's like exclusive streaming streaming platform, and they were doing live streams right in the middle of the show floor the whole time. And I kind of sat and observed some of that, but panels aren't really my thing. I like to get all my information about games and franchises and stuff on my own, and sitting and watching a panel is just not something that I can do. But I kind of observed, and it was interesting to see the creative people that worked on the Halo games and some of the voice talent, stand up and do these panels and talk about the games and talk about their experiences and what they love about it, which was really cool. But the highlight for me was actually getting to meet the Master Chief himself, Steve Downes. Now, early in the morning, when we got around the time that we got there, they were supposed to be doing a sign and meet and greet in one of the rooms outside of the actual room. But people were already, like, the line for that was insane, and it was only about a 2-hour window, so there was no fucking way that we were going to have time to actually be able to meet him. So I just let it go. I just thought, like, no big deal. But by some miracle, at the end of one of the panels on the show on the floor, him and Jen Taylor just happened to be standing by just watching the panel, and a bunch of us fans decided to huddle up and see if we could get a picture in, get a word with him, and by some miracle, just as he was about to leave, I just kind of like said like, hey, Steve, and I managed to get a picture with him, which I will awkwardly put up here. Like, I'm not proud of this picture because I was super awkward and nervous, but hey, I got a picture with Master Chief, and I feel the fact that it's a goofy selfie makes it all the more better. And my mother actually got a couple clips of me taking the picture because I didn't understand, because apparently I couldn't hear her saying that she was trying to take a picture, so now there are these awkward clips of me just waving my phone around as I'm trying to take a picture with Steve. So, but I got to meet the Master Chief, which was really cool. He's so much bigger and taller and intimidating in the games, but in real life he's just this average looking guy with this very distinct and unique voice, which was really cool. But overall, sorry, my hand's getting tired. But overall, I had like an absolutely wonderful time at the event. It was definitely a very unique experience, and I hope that they do this again, because I would love to come back next year and see just how much is different, or what they add, or what they changed, or anything like that, and maybe get a better, and hopefully better plan to plan for the panels and the signings and everything, and be able to meet more of the people behind the games and be able to actually have conversations with them, because for me, it's like autographs are not really my cup of tea. I actually like to interact and talk with people. So when I want to meet, people who work on these things, I actually want to talk with them about them, one-on-one, rather than like, oh, hey, can you sign my Xbox? Which I'm not going to throw shit at that. That's just not something that I'm interested in. I like to interact with people, and pictures is more my thing. So yeah, we left. So all of that happened within the span of a couple of hours, which I was surprised by. So now I'm back at the hotel, kind of letting all of that simmer in and digest. And now I'm gonna go. And now we're supposed to be going to get pizza, and then we're just gonna kind of chill for the rest of the night, and then head back in the morning. And then we're gonna go to the Loop tomorrow because we're just fucking winded and just don't feel like doing anything else. So yeah, if I had overall thoughts about Halo Outpost Discovery, it was a really cool experience, and I was absolutely happy, like beyond happy, to be in a place for to be, to go to something like this for one of my favorite game franchises of all time, and then to also get to meet one of my the man behind one of my favorite video game characters as well. One day I will meet Michael Ironside, but that is a dream for another time. But to get to meet the Master Chief was very cool as well. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go dress down, chill, and just do the rest of my shit, I guess. So yep. Okay, so it is morning right now. If I'm squinting or making expressions, it's actually really hot. Really bright outside. The sun is beating right down on me. So we're packing up, about ready to leave the hotel, and then we're gonna head to the Loop, explore around there for a bit, and then head on home. So I'm kind of tired because as I said yesterday, I don't sleep well at places like this. So I'm kind of running on fumes, but I'll probably take a nap on the drive back. But yeah, now, oh God, it's really warm out here. But yeah, all packed up, gonna be heading to the Loop, gonna explore around there for a bit, and I am then gonna go home and prepare for the mental realization that this is a lot of footage I'm gonna have to sift through and edit. But right now I'm still just enjoying myself. So to the Loop I go. Yeah, this is where it happens. Inside those walls is where some of the best, if not the best, fighting games in the industry are made. And most recently being Mortal Kombat 11, which I love to high heaven. That game is super awesome. And knowing that it's made here in Chicago, within these walls before us, is pretty astounding, isn't it? Yep, that's where it happens. One of these days, I want to set foot in there and see what all happens in there. Be pretty cool.
What?
Farewell, NetherRealm. Keep up the awesome work, and keep delivering kick-ass games. Farewell, Chicago. Okay, so I am back in Michigan now. I don't know why I always keep looking at myself instead of the lens. Okay, so I'm back in Michigan now after less than 3 hour drive. That went on a lot longer than I would have liked, but it was surprisingly short because of the wonderful shortcut system that has now been implemented into the roads out of Chicago. So yeah, after kind of an okay walk around the loop, it was then just driving back, and then now I have to unpack, and I clean myself up because I felt really gross from walking around city. That's like my one gripe about walking around major cities, is that I always feel grungy and gross afterwards because of like the atmosphere, the weather, everything. I just need like a long shower afterwards. That was my first thing, is I put all my stuff in and like, okay, I'm hopping in the shower and I'm getting myself cleaned up. So I did that. Now I have to unpack everything and still go to sleep because I do have to work in the morning. Because I'm such I guess, good Samaritan or a responsible adult or whatever, that I only took a 3-day weekend for this trip, rather than like, oh, let me take a whole week or something. But yeah, like, final thoughts, like, yeah, the trip was awesome. Going to the Halo Discovery, Outpost Discovery was freaking amazing. Getting to see the actual city again today after 6 years was pretty awesome itself. And then now just coming home, it was altogether it was a very eventful trip. I saw a lot of cool things and got to do a couple of cool things, and now I'm home and I get to reflect on all of that, and then I get to sift through the hour plus of footage that I captured for this whole thing. So, but this is worth it. Like my hairline, by the way, my hair is I'm still growing my hair out, and yet I'm not proud of my hairline because though I have hair, it's balding. I want to do better. That's why I always wear it down, because I have these vulnerable areas. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow's back to the 9 to 5 schedule, and then I have to make time during this week to edit all this into the video, and then I also have to get started on my next class, which is going to start tomorrow. So it's going to be busy, but I don't know. Overall, I had a wonderful time, and now I just have to wind myself back down to the normal routine and go to sleep and get back to business as usual. So anyway, I hope all of you wonderful people watching enjoyed, and that is all for now, and I will be back around next time. Take care.